Welcome to this video on the most recent news after the Joshua defeat versus Daniel Dubois. Looking more and more likely that Joshua and Dubois will go back in the cage for a second time for a rematch straight after this fight if Joshua gets cleared by the medical. If he gets cleared in time, and then it looks more and more likely that Joshua will ask for that rematch, and more likely that it'll be accepted. So whether it's, there's been talk after this fight that there was a rematch in the contract that was signed between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. That has been disputed by different sides of it. Eddie Hearn said there was. It's sort of wishy-washy. I don't probably believe there is a firm thing in the contract saying that they will rematch. I mean, the problem is, even if there's a medical problem with AJ after that defeat, after the KO, he doesn't get medically cleared, there'll be something in the contract that allows basically Dubois to get out of it to fight, because in a sense, AJ, if he's out for 6 months, 9 months or whatever, which it likely isn't, but it could be, Daniel Dubois won't be wanting to wait around to fight AJ. So I do think it's going to be a lot less than that. I think AJ will get medically cleared. There's been no talk about that, and the news surrounding both camps is that it's more and more likely to get signed off for a second fight as a rematch straight after this. So look, Dubois gets another big payday, AJ gets another big payday out of it, and it will be obviously by Riyadh season, I'd fully expect. Again, getting into a rematch, what do I think will happen? I think, let's look at the history. Let's look at the first fight again. Not long back for in the memory we've got to go to look at that. But Joshua, very big errors early in the fight, throughout the fight. One of the biggest, worst ones was he was moving backwards, chin up in the air, moving back and up, and just getting caught all day by Dubois. Really quite amateur movement from Joshua. And look, ending round, he got Dubois hurt, but overall Joshua got countered and got KO'd, and there was no way. I think I scored it. That last round obviously didn't get scored, but I think there was only one round when it was 10-9. The others were 10-8s to Daniel Dubois, and the 10-9 was also to Dubois. So very difficult to say that Joshua is going to come back in and do amazingly well. I thought that at the start of the fight, Joshua would likely win. And the reasoning behind that was experience and confidence going in. AJ's done the big stage a lot. Dubois still probably getting comfortable with it. I mean, to be honest, Dubois getting back in there against AJ, who he's just KO'd and won every round against, he's going to have a lot of confidence. That isn't really going to be in the equation again. He showed that it isn't affecting him. He did tremendously well. And look, he can be smart. He doesn't have to go in for that 1 round KO. He did it over 4. And then the 5th round he got caught, but he kept composed. He went for it, but he stayed composed. He didn't allow AJ to hurt him up till that last round. And yeah, to go against Joshua and do that and not get hurt and win 10-8s except for on 1 round is incredibly successful. Yes, we can say AJ didn't look right on the night, or AJ wasn't his best, but look, will AJ look better? And that's the thing. Will he be that guy again? Will he be that AJ that we once knew, who come out the Olympics and did amazingly well and did amazing fights against the likes of Klitschko and all them? Or is he slowing down? Is it a problem that he's slowing down? He isn't that guy anymore. He's took some defeats. He's took some high-level defeats. He's took some punishment throughout his career. Dubois is much younger. Does it really favour the younger guy, the guy who's had less fights in there, because every punch you take takes a bit of something off you? Dubois is 27 and Joshua's, I think, around about, what is he, 33, 34? I think around 34, I suspect. look, but Joshua's been in there a long time. He's went through the amateurs. Dubois just really starting to pick up to that top level. He's, what, 7 years younger? And to be 7 years younger in the pro scene is a lot of time, especially when you've had bad losses like Joshua's had against... Look, Andrew Ruiz was not a nice defeat. That last defeat was a scary knockout against Dubois. He's lost against Usyk as well. Took some punishment in them fights as well. Klitschko, he took punishment even though he won. All this will catch up to you quite quickly at some point. Against heavyweights as well, them punches are... One punch can be career-ending in the fact that your chin never recovers. It never comes back. And I think Joshua's lost a step. I think he's not as fast, and that just means he's going to get caught by the younger man. I don't see that next fight being much different. I do think Joshua comes in and makes less mistakes. I do think it takes longer for Dubois to win, and I do think it could even go to the decision for Dubois. But do I think Dubois wins? I do. I think Dubois wins again. I think he comes in. Yes, Joshua may be slightly more technical, but that speed is going to make a hell of a lot of difference. Them years are going to make a hell of a lot of difference again. And Joshua will make less mistakes, but he'll still get beaten on the majority of rounds if he doesn't get KO'd. I think there'll be some wobbles in there, some stuns. I think Joshua will have some success in there because he's not that fight showed him at his worst, to be honest with you. I think even his worst currently, but I think Dubois being the younger guy coming into it with a hell of a lot of confidence. Joshua has had in the past, them problems where he can't come back into fights and things, and that's what we showed in that fight again. But after a defeat, can he come back? The only time he has come back really after a defeat and won is against Andrew Ruiz, and obviously we saw the difference in the physique of Andrew Ruiz in that fight and how much he didn't, to be honest, really want that fight and really be able to go at the same level. He didn't have the same hunger after he won and got the Joshua money. We'll see, because Dubois is going to be hungry as ever. He wants to get that title. He wants to get that win. He wants to keep the title. He wants to get other titles. He wants to face the Usyks, the Furies at the top of their game. It's going to be an absolutely amazing fight again. To be honest, I don't think it probably should happen. My recommendation was Joshua Wilder. That could easily happen. Joshua Parker. There's fights out there for Joshua, and I think Dubois should have went up to face whoever wins in December against Usyk and Fury. But these fights, we don't know how hurt Usyk and Fury are going to be after that fight. You're talking December, then it could easily be 3 months at least if no one's hurt, and then it actually could be way more than that if they are both hurt significantly in that fight. So you're talking, look, how long does Dubois want to wait for a fight now? We're at end of September now. It's been a few weeks now. October. He's got 3 months to the fight, and then he's probably got at least another 3 with minimal damage from that Usyk fight, Fury fight. So that's 6 months that gets you to, and that's minimum. So it's quite a long time. He may want to get a fight in between, but again, I tend to wait. That's a big opportunity to be going back on. Okay, if they got a rematch clause, he has to take it. Then that's fair enough. But look, if you were Dubois, I think you go for the Fury fight, you go for the Usyk fight and see where you're at. Because if you beat one of those, the world is your oyster. You're 27, 28, and you've got another big name on your CV. So please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.